Hey y'all, hey, welcome back. This week we are going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. So stay tuned. So many of you may not know this, but I actually have quite a bit of experience with my friends becoming my employees. So the thumbnail for this video and the picture in the intro, those people are who I call the council. We call ourselves the council. Those are some of my very best friends, but they were also my employees when I first got promoted. And so let's talk a little bit about what happens and what you should do when your friends become your employees. So the first thing that you need to do when your friends become your employees is really to redefine friendship. So a lot of times as we work with people, we call people our friends, but they're not really those lifelong, stick with it through and through friends. They're really just business friends. And so the first thing you have to do when you are moving into a position where your friends are going to become your employees is you have to redefine friendship. And so I put friendships into two buckets. I have my life friends and I have my business friends. And if we're at work, you may not be able to tell the difference between my life friends and my business friends, but there are some very clear boundaries drawn there. So with my life friends, those are the people that really do life with me. The council are my life friends. They are there for me in good times and bad times. I can cry on their shoulder. They can cry on mine. They don't care who I am, what I'm doing, or where I am. They accept me for me and I accept them for them. We help each other through parenting struggles. We've been with each other through divorces and births of children. We are lifelong friends. If I need life advice, I am going to the council. And although they were all my employees, there was a very big difference between them and my business friends. So my business friends are those people that as an HR manager, I was able to talk to them. We were able to talk about the things that were going on at work. We were able to commiserate with each other, and we got along. We may even have done lunch together. Some of them were invited to baby showers and kids' birthday gifts, but they were birthday parties, not birthday gifts. But they were really business friends. And when I moved into the next level of my career, I really had to look at all of my friendships and decide who were my life friends and who were my business friends. And that is the first thing that you need to do when you are moving to that next level in your career. Figure out who are your life friends, the people that are going to be there with you no matter what, no matter whether you get promoted, no matter whether you move into a different job. Through every life stage, who are your life friends? And then figure out who are your business friends, because that's going to set you up for having good conversations so you don't have issues with your friendships as you move up in your career. The second thing that you need to do when your friends become your employees is you need to be completely transparent with them. You need to be transparent and set new priorities, new expectations, and new parameters. So my life friends, when they became my employees, we talked about what that would look like. And it was a little easier for us because we have taken turns trading off who was mentor and mentee, who was the boss and who was the employee. So it was a little bit different for us than it is for a lot of people, but we really had to have conversations about what does friendship look like now that I'm in this new role. And for me, with my friends, I have a higher level of expectation in how they execute on my team. And so some of the things that I would let slide or would look over with other people on my team, I expect that my friends know me well enough that they will not do those things. And my friends understand that I have that expectation of them. And so in those moments where, because my friends are humans, I don't love them because they're perfect. I don't love them because they do everything I tell them to do. I love them for them. And because they're not perfect, but they knew what that expectation was from me, when my friends did things that were not right, they would bring those things to me and correct them as quickly as possible. I've had situations where I've had to write my friends up. They completely understood, and most times they came to me and said, hey, here's what's going on. And so you have to set really clear expectations with your friends and ensure that they know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and what are going to be the consequences if they do something that's unacceptable. And then you have to be able to set the boundaries between what is business and what's friendship, and be able not to carry over what happened at work to the friendship, and not to carry over what happens in the friendship to what happens at work. So with that, we have to go back to our conflict resolution conversation. If you are going to move from a position where your friends are your peers to where your friends become your employees, you have to master conflict resolution. You have to be able to listen well. You have to be able to hear things from the other person's perspective. You have to be able to take ownership for your part in the situation. And you really have to work to ensure that you are fixing the problem and not the person. And so I really encourage you that if you are struggling with friendships at work, or managing that transition from peers to supervisor, that you go back and you watch that conflict resolution video. Because remember, you have to take the conflict head on. You have to take the first step. And so you have to be able to master conflict resolution so that you don't carry the issues of your friendship over to business, and you don't carry the issues of business over to your friendship. So master conflict resolution, take on problems when they first show up, and resolve them in the arena that they are supposed to be resolved in. The last thing is that you must set social media parameters, and that's different for everybody. I love social media. I am all over social media, and so I don't have a strict social media parameters as some other people have, but I do have strict parameters around what I post on social media. So as you transition to the next level of your career, you must set parameters around social media. LinkedIn profile are all public. They are open to not only my friends and family following me on those accounts, but also to all of my employees are open to follow me on those accounts. But I am very careful about what I post. I post things about work, I post motivational things, I post things from church, and I post things about my business. I stay away from controversial things because I don't want to get certain impressions. I am who I am. On social media, and so I don't have a problem with my employees following me on social media, because they're going to see my family, they're going to see Bible verses, they're going to see stuff that posts that inspire them, and I'm probably going to see so I am completely open to my employees following me. If you, on the other hand, like to use your social media profiles to vent, to talk politics, to talk commercial, that's fine. So make sure you set parameters last but certainly not least, you must change your behaviors at work. And so as you move up in your career and your business friends become your employees, you must change the way you act at work. So that means that if you used to sit with those people at lunch every day, you may need to switch the group that you eat lunch with. If you used to vent to those people about the problems at work, you definitely need to switch who you vent to. It is important to be transparent. It is important to be truthful with your team about what's going on in the organization, but you also have to draw the boundary between being the representative for your company as their boss and venting and agreeing with them on some of the gripes. It's your job to remove those barriers and make sure that they can be the most productive person they can be and not to complain with them. And so those are my tips for managing when your friends become your employees. But keep me